Hotel Pottery, and it's Hannah, my glamorous assistant here, and on this gorgeous sunny day we are going to be teaching you guys how to do an orange and lemon tree print dinner plate. So we're going to be using some really cool techniques to be making this one. What you will need for this workshop is you will need your plate, you will need your paints out in front of you, you will need a paintbrush, you will need a piece of bubble wrap that should be in your kit, and you will need some water as well, and you're going to need a pointy finger too, and a sponge and a damp cloth. Do say hello if you're watching along. If you're joining us for the workshop this morning, then don't worry about keeping up with me and Hannah. Just go at your own pace and relax, and we will publish the video as soon as we finish, so you can skip and scroll back if there's any bits that you want to spend a little bit more time on. It's really hot today, isn't it, Hannah?
Yeah.
It's really gorgeously sunny where we are.
When I'm in my dungaree.
Yeah. We had to be matching though, obviously, didn't we? So I'm just going to quickly, while people are joining us, do say hello if you're joining us. If you're not joining us for the workshop, feel free to just tune in and watch and learn a new technique. So while we're just waiting for a few of you to join, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about some of the children's paint-alongs we've been doing this week. So this here is the paint-along we did on Monday. This is the flower print mug, and you can find this video of how to make this online. We keep all of our videos on Facebook, and we're going to soon upload them onto YouTube, so you can find them on there if you did want to paint along with us throughout those videos. On Tuesday we did our bubble and fingerprint bowl, so you can see there. On Wednesday, now Hannah, you did this one with me too, didn't you?
Yeah.
We did the dandelion clock plate, and what did we use to print the dandelions?
Loo roll.
Yeah, the inside of a loo roll, so that one was really good fun. And then yesterday we made a door plaque with rainbow feathers, and we used string to create that cool feathered effect. And then today we are doing our orange and lemon tree print plate. Yes, that was the one we used on Wednesday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Also, for those of you who might like to get a little bit messy and might like to join us for some clay, we are doing clay workshops every Sunday, and this Sunday we will be making plant stakes. So they look gorgeous like this. We're making them from scratch, and you can paint them too. And we'll also, in the same workshop, be making some bird magnets or bird brooches. What do you think? They are cool, aren't they?
Yeah.
Really nice. So for those of you who might like to join us for that on this Sunday, we will be doing a live clay along at 3 o'clock. You can find all of that information in our Facebook events. So should we get started?
Yeah.
What do you think? So our first step to create this plate is we're going to draw our trunk on there. So you can do your trunk whatever shape you'd like. So you could do a short fat one or a long thin one, but what we're going to do first is we're going to take a felt tip pen, and we're going to draw straight onto our pottery. Now, you know about the magic of our felt tip pens, don't you, Hannah?
Yeah.
When you draw on your pottery, what happens when it goes into the kiln with the felt tip pen?
It goes like paint. No. Can't remember.
It completely disappears. Do you remember that now? So it's planning. So what we're doing is using the felt tip pen to plan out where we want to put the paint. So don't worry if you go wrong with this step, because it will completely burn off and disappear like magic once it goes into the kiln. I'm just going to put our bubble wrap pieces onto there so they don't blow away. So what we're going to do is just go for it and draw our tree. Do you want me to bring this one closer if you want to copy it, Hannah? And have a little look. So we want to start off with a trunk at the bottom.
Not showing up properly.
Do you want to swap pens? Here we go.
Thank you.
Sometimes the pens can be quite felt tip pens can be quite dry because the pottery sucks up so much moisture. Is that one a little bit better?
Yeah.
It's okay, we're just marking up where we want to see it. So a good way that I like to draw a trunk is you want to draw the bottom so it splays out, and then you want it to get thinner as it goes up. Then as we get towards the middle of our plate, we want to create some branches coming out.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Can we have some branches too, Hannah?
Mm-hmm. Does it make a really good sound?
Yeah. It does make not a very nice sound, this process. Oh, especially that one. But it does really help for your planning. So I hope you guys can see I've just very lightly planned on there my felt tip pen where I want to put the paint. Just makes the next step a little bit easier.
Look.
Oh, perfect. Hannah's done a little bit more planning. That's great. It looks really great. Do you want to show the camera?
Yeah.
Hannah's going to do a nest in her one. So feel free to get as creative as you like at home.
Can they see it?
I'm pretty sure they can. Make sure that it's pointing at the top of the camera. Yeah, nice. Well done. So what we're going to do next is we're going to start painting our trunk. So we're going to use the 36, which is a nice bright brown. I will show you what this one looks like on the colour wheel. So that is this one here. Yep. And we are just going to squirt a little bit out, please. Here we go. I'll do it for you. Give it a bit of a shake actually. Good enough. Well done. So we just squirted some out onto our palette, and now what we're going to do is take a paintbrush. I'd say a medium-sized paintbrush is quite good.
This one?
Yeah, I'd say one that's a little bit thinner actually, Hannah. I'd say one that's a little, yeah, that's perfect. One that's a little bit more this size, a medium-sized one. And we're just going to paint the outline of our tree. Don't worry about your nest and your bird yet, Hannah, because we'll come back and do the detail bit later. But yeah, we're just going to paint the inside of our tree of where we've got planned out. Now I'm using nice long strokes, and I'm keeping them all going in the same direction because I want it to look like bark once it comes out the kiln. So I'm just going up and down. Nice. It's really relaxing this morning, isn't it?
Yeah.
Doing this.
I just squished a bug in the paint.
That's okay, don't worry. I'm sure that was an accident.
And maybe you have to do another layer of the paint.
Let's
Another
have a
layer.
look. Yeah, you might have to if you can still see. A good tip with knowing how much paint to put on is if you can still see the white pottery under your paint, then you will need to give it another layer. Right, that's a gorgeous trunk.
Done.
I've just done a big blob of paint on my pencil. Could you paint your branches as well, Hannah? Can you see? I've
Yeah.
started to paint my branches. Okay, nice. You guys shouldn't need any water as well when you're painting this.
Real brown.
Yeah, because we want that brown to be really nice and bright and not watery at all. I think I've finished, so I'm just going to show the camera.
And after I finish,
So that's what it should look like at this point. While you're finishing that off, Anne, I'm just going to check in and see if anyone said hello to us yet. Sorry, it's so bright out these last couple of days. I've really struggled to see your guys' comments, but I will keep checking.
finish.
Oh, good morning, Rona. Do you want to show them your plate then? Looking wicked.
It's going to be wicked too.
It is. So, next step is the funnest step yet, I think. So what we're going to do, yes, is we are going to squish out some of our green paint, and we're going to print our bubble wrap into it to make the leaf print pattern behind it. So it makes this really cool leafy pattern.
Which type of green?
So we're going to need our number 10. That's a very good question, Hannah. Thank you. So the number 10 is this bright green here. And when you squish it out, Hannah, can you do it so it's so they're all, that would be enough, and so they're all a little bit spaced apart. So maybe the next one there and the next one there. So we want to make sure they're not too close together, these paints.
There's a lot of colours.
There are. So we want to have the number 10, which is that one there. Then we want to have the number 12, which is the dark green. Could I have a little squidge of that? A good thing to remember with our number 12 is that it's a very, very dark green, so you only need the tiniest, weeniest little bit. Okay, Hannah? Tiny weenie, that's enough, that's plenty. Thank you very much. And then we need the number 13 as well, which is this gorgeous colour here. Lovely. So what we're going to do now is we're going to just smudge out our paints a tiny bit with a brush just to make them a bit wider.
Get another paintbrush.
Could you spread out that one a little bit for me? Thank you. This one over here. That's it. Don't worry, it doesn't really matter if you mix it a tiny bit, because it's all going to get mixed up on here. That's perfect, Hannah. I'm just going to show them what it looks like. So we've just moved our paint around on our palette a little bit more, and now what we want to do is we want to just print our bubble wrap in to the paint, so that it should come up looking a little bit like that. Do you want to have a go, Han? And what I'm going to do now is go straight away on my pottery, if you guys can see, and I'm just going to print it straight on. Press it down, but don't press it too hard on there yet. Just we're going to keep it all within near where the branches are. Just going to show the camera there. That's my first print.
Are these supposed to be the leaves?
Yeah, that's perfect. Look, you've done a really good job. So I'm just going to do a layer of that, of the number 13 first. Looks really good.
Okay.
That looks perfect. Oh look, you've got a little bit of our 12 in the bottom there, haven't we? So just be careful of that. Do you want to give it a wipe off? Yeah. Here we go. Just use that to wipe off the dark, off your bubble wrap. Don't worry, we can fix that a little bit later. Don't worry at all if you smudge any of the paint. It's all about getting messy. And as Bob Ross says, there's no mistakes, only happy accidents. So we can definitely make that part of your plate, can't we? So
if we do something, make it into something.
Exactly, Hannah, exactly right. So there we go. I think I've done a good layer of my number 13 there. Do you want to show them yours, Han?
Yeah. Have to do one more layer.
Got one more. Yeah, that's a good idea. Very good. I like that. Very good. So shall we use the light green next?
Yep.
It doesn't really matter what order you do these paints in. I think the important thing really is just that with that number 12 you do the tiniest little bit, that really dark green. So I'm just going straight for the light green now, and I'm just going to do it on top. That looks great, Hannah. It's quite fun this, isn't it? Looks awesome. How about putting some more at the top here, at the very tippy top?
Hey! On the bottom.
That looks great. It's a really nice, easy way to create leaves, isn't it? And it looks super effective too, I think.
I think this could be a swing.
Oh, that's a brilliant idea, you know. We should definitely do that. We can definitely turn that into a swing. So now for our last step, we want to do our dark green, don't we, Han? So what I'm going to do for this is actually use the corner of my bubble wrap just so I can really control where I put the dark green, and I'm only going to do a tiny bit on there just so that, and I'm going to can you see how lightly I'm dabbing that across my plate?
Because it'll come really dark.
Because it's so dark and we want our oranges and lemons to really pop, don't we? So that's it, really nice and lightly on top. Don't need very much, just to give it a nice leafy texture on there. That looks ace. Do you want to show them? Awesome, Han. I'll show you guys my one too. They look really similar, don't they? We've done a great job. Matching twinsies. Here we go. So you should have something looking a little bit like that once you've finished with your bubble wrap. So I'm just going to take those and put them to the side because they're quite messy, aren't they? So we don't want to be doing any more smudges with them. So now that we've finished with our leaf printing, what we're going to do is start thinking about what other things we want to put on there. So I'm going to do the oranges and lemons on mine. What's your favourite fruit, Hannah?
Grapefruit?
Grapefruit. Oh, that's a really good one to do. So grapefruits are yellow, aren't they? Like lemons on the outside.
No.
Are they not? What colour are they?
They're a bit orangey and then inside they're a bit pinky.
So maybe we could use the orange for that one too.
That's a really good one. I think it'll match.
Okay, the number 9. Well, it's a good job because we got the number 9 with us, haven't we? So we can do the number. You can do a grapefruit tree if you'd like.
Yeah.
What do you think? And you can add your rope swing. That'd be really cool. So what I'm going to do for my oranges and my lemons is I'm going to squish out some of the number 6 and some of the number 9. That's my oranges and my lemons, and Hannah's also going to use some of the number 9, aren't you, for your grapefruit? So yeah, just find a space somewhere. We only need a little blob of it. Perfect. And then this one too, please.
Do I have to stick our finger in it?
Yes, we do. How did you know? That's enough.
Because it looks
Well done.
like.
Yeah. So as you guys can see, if you want to do an orange and lemon tree plate like I've done here, I've done my oranges quite nice and round, and I'll show you how to do a round fingerprint, and I've done my lemons quite nice and long. So what we're going to do is just dip. I'm going to show you how to do a lemon first. I'm just going to dip my finger into the paint like that, and I'm keeping it nice and long on the flat bit of my finger so it makes a nice oval shape, because lemons aren't round, are they? They're oval. So what I'm going to do is then, yeah, of course, go for it, Hannah. She's an expert, she's done loads before. So So now what I'm going to do, make sure there's a nice thick bit of paint on there because it's got to show up on top of our greens. And then I'm going to do an oval shaped lemon just there.
I think I know how to do a circle one.
Oh, how do you do a circle one? Can you explain
You
this
do it
one?
on the top bit.
Very good, Hannah. You do. So to do I'll do all my lemons first, and then I'll wipe my finger, and then I'll show you guys how to do an orange. So I'm just going to do a few more lemons on there. Do them slightly different angles.
Or you can do an apple tree.
Yes, you could, couldn't you? And you could use the red to do a red apple tree. That'd be nice. Right, so I've got my lemons on there. Now I'm going to do my oranges and do exactly as Hannah said. I'm going to use more, sorry darling, use more the tip of my finger to make it nice and round. But I'm not going to use the bit with my nail, I'm just going to use the tip so it's at a slight angle. I think you guys can see.
Can I wipe my finger?
Of course you can. But it's useful to have a damp cloth so you can just wipe your finger in between fingerprints rather than having to get up and wash your hand every time. We can do that at the end, can't we? Because we're still going to get quite messy. So I'm just going to finish off my oranges. Oh wow, do you want to show the camera your gorgeous grapefruits?
In the middle.
That's okay. You can leave it like that, or you can do a couple more if you want to.
Maybe we can do a number 6 one this time.
Yeah, go for it. This is the number 6 here, Hannah.
Oh.
So you can use some of that one. Okay, I think I need 2 more oranges on there. I'm going to do one there and one there. Great, so got loads of oranges and lemons on my tree now. Could you pass me the cup when you're ready, Hannah? Thank you. Thank you very much. Do you need to wipe your finger or are you all good?
I think I'm okay.
Yeah, great. So what we're going to do next, we're going to leave those ones to dry a little bit before we put the leaves on them. It just makes them look a little bit more like fruit. You can see here I've done little leaves with that dark number 12 at the top. But before we do that and add any of the detail, we're going to leave it to dry and we're going to add our other little bits of detail. So you want to do a rope swing, don't you?
Yeah.
And I'm going to do a bumblebee and a caterpillar, just like on this one.
A tyre swing.
Oh, that would be cool. Do you want to do a tyre swing?
I want on each side.
Yeah, that would be really cool. I really like that idea. So, Hannah, what I suggest you do is plan out your swing first. What do you think, using the felt tip pen? Yeah. I think that's always a good idea for those of you at home. Any extra bits that you want to do, if you plan it out in the felt tip pen first, then it helps to tell you where...
I've got a pencil.
Oh, so I'm glad you mentioned that actually, Hannah, because we can't actually use pencil on our pottery, because if we do use a pencil then it comes out really funny once it comes out of the kiln. It doesn't disappear like the magic of the felt tip pens, so we try to avoid pencil, and they're actually banned in the shop, pencils at the pottery shop. Oh, wow, that looks ace, Hannah. It looks really nice. It's perfect. So what colour are you going to do? A caterpillar as well? Sorry, just letting a noisy tractor go past there. So Hannah's going to do a caterpillar on hers too, and she's going to do a bee. She's got a very busy plate there. That's going to look absolutely awesome. So, what colours would you like to, out of these colours we've got in front of us, would you like to do your swings? What do you think?
I think I'll do my swing. The rope will be yellow and the swing will be red.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to squish you out a little bit of red, and that's a good job because I'm going to need that to do my caterpillar shortly. And you've got your yellow there too. See if you can use up some of that one there before it dries out. So if you want to take a small paintbrush, if you're doing any detailed bits, like I'll just show you guys Hannah's plate here with her awesome rope swing on there. So what we're going to do is use a smaller paintbrush, if you've got one at home, just to do the smaller detailed bits. So for the small bits, small paintbrush, for the big bits, big paintbrush. Makes sense. So while you're cracking on with that, Hannah, I'm going to show everyone at home how to do your very own fingerprint caterpillar and your very own fingerprint bee. So what I'm going to do is, oh, I need a little bit of white as well actually for my bee's wings, and probably a dash more yellow. Sorry darling.
It's okay.
So what I'm going to do is use the tip of my fingertip to make our caterpillar.
That.
Yeah? Are you going to do your bee and your caterpillar? Oh, you've already caught up. Amazing, Hannah. So I'm going to start off with the red on my caterpillar, and I'm going to give him a red head as if he's starting to climb up the tree. We're going to need our cloth again now, aren't we?
Oh yeah.
I'm going to do him orange next. You can do whatever colours you want. I just quite like doing a multicoloured caterpillar. But it's just exactly the same as our oranges really on our tree. Just doing lots of cool fingerprints. I'm going to add a little bit more green actually. Do you want the green too?
Yes, please.
So I'm just squishing out a little bit more of our number 13 and our number 10. I think that'll be nice.
I think I finished my caterpillar.
Oh, he's so cool, Hannah. Here we go, do you need to wash your finger?
It
He's
doesn't
really
feel
cool.
nice when you are hot and you've got those fingers.
No, it doesn't, does it? But there's no, we're going to carry on getting messy, so there's not much point in washing our hands till we finish, is there? So here is my caterpillar in the making. Do you want to shall I show them yours? Here's, go on then. You've got it, and you can show them your rope swings as well, which look awesome.
Can you see it?
I'm sure they can. So for my bumblebee, I'm going to do the same as what I did with the lemons. Nice flat finger, nice flat print up here. Whoa! Careful with your plate, Anne. Just going to print it there, and then I'm going to wipe my finger off in between, and I'm going to add my wings. I'm going to just use my little finger to make little wings, and I'm just going to do 2 blobs either side to make the wings.
Can a caterpillar have one?
Yeah, if you want it to, of course it can. Why not? So we go, that is my bumblebee. Just drying there. Now,
How do you do the face?
well, we'll get to that because we've got to wait for it to dry
Yeah.
now. So if you want to do your bumblebee's wings, I'm going to leave that next to you so you can use that when you need it. So to do our, we're going to leave our caterpillar or bumblebee to dry. So while we're doing that, we are now going to paint the little green leaves on the top of our fruit to make it really look like oranges and lemons, or grapefruit, or whatever fruit you've decided.
Will we be able to see the white?
Yes, you will. You'll be able to see as much as the white on there. So it's going to be really light, but can you see?
Yeah.
See, it's a little bit different. That's a good question. Hannah asked, will you be able to see the white? And you will. I'll show you guys at home. Just as much as you can see it on here. I hope the camera's good enough to pick that up. Just the bumblebee's wings there. It's a little bit slightly raised as well, which is nice. So what we want to do next is take a small brush, around about that size. Should I get you one there? There we go, Han. You can use that one. I'll use, here we go, I'll use one of these ones. Then what we're going to do is squish out some of our really nice dark green, that number 12. It's drying so fast because it's so hot today. I'm going to dip it in, just using the tip of our paintbrush, and we're just going to paint some little leaves on the top of our fruit. Now remember, if you're doing lemons at home, Then the leaves are on the top bit of our lemon, aren't they? So we want to do on the top of our oval. It doesn't really matter on our oranges where they are, as long as they're somewhere near the top so it looks like they're hanging. I'm going to really simply and quickly add some leaves on there. Here we go, Han, you can go for it.
Leaf?
Yeah, can you see? Just like this.
Oh, okay.
You got it. They look really cute, don't they? Make sure you've got all of them. I think I've got all of them there. Just going to give my paintbrush a wash so we can use it for the next step as well. Very good job, Han. Very artistic. So the next job is to use the number 41, which is the black. Now don't worry if this looks a little bit grey, because it will be black once it comes out of the kiln, which is our big oven. So don't worry at all about that. So next up is to add our little faces on our bumblebee and our caterpillar. What do you think in the details on them?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to do exactly the same as what I did with that dark green. Just dip it into the black paint, just the tip of my brush there. I'm going to add the stripes on my bumblebee. I'm just going to do two, keep it nice and easy, give him some eyes, blobbing some eyes on there. I'm going to show you guys actually an easy way that you might find eyes. That's perfect, it's so cute. An easier way of doing eyes, if you want to, you can actually use the end of a paintbrush, the end without the bristles, dip it in on the end and it will make you, I'll show you on my caterpillar eyes here, it'll make you a perfect little polka dot, bop, bop, for your either your caterpillar or your bee. Sorry, Anthony, over you. Gosh, you're concentrating so hard there. Oh my gosh, that is just awesome. So I'm going to copy you and I'm going to add some little legs on my caterpillar too. I'm going to also give him a smiley face, just like your one. It's all about not putting too much paint on your brush for this bit. It makes it a little bit easier doing the details.
Done.
Oh, awesome. Does your caterpillar need, I don't know what they're called, antennae? You know, the little bits that come out of their head. I'm going to do a couple on mine. Antennae. Oh, it's, have you given your tree a face as well?
Yeah.
I absolutely love that, Hannah. It looks so good. And you're giving some of your fruit a face too. See, this is why I need Hannah with me, because she's so creative. Oh, they look amazing. So all of Hannah's fruit gets a face as well. And it's a good job you're so good with that little brush as well, isn't it, Hannah? So while you give all of those faces, I'm going to move on to the next step, because we're going to use a sponge and then you can use it after me. Is that all right?
Yeah.
So, just going to show you guys at home. There's my caterpillar with a face and my bee with all their detail on there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to finish it off by doing some sponging, just like on this one, around the rim. You guys can see, it just really frames it and finishes off your piece, I think. So I'm going to use that number 13, the same as on here, because I think it looks so lovely. Really like it. It's one of my favourite colours actually, the number 13. And what I'm going to do is make sure I've got some out on my palette. It's going to be easier on your palette than in the pot. And I'm just going to use the edge of a sponge and I'm going to dip it
Finish my
into the
apple
paint.
things.
Oh, they look amazing. I'm going to dip it in and just dip off the extra paint. And oh, Hannah's going to have to come and show you her plate first.
Can I see?
Look how cool that is. if you guys are watching at home, please show her some love, because look how amazing all of the little faces on her tree and her fruit looks. Look at those happy little grapefruit. Perfect, Hannah. So back to our sponging. Little bit of paint on the sponge, and then we're going to dab the extra off, and then we're going to very lightly sponge the outside rim of our plate. I'm going to show you guys a close-up at home. Just nice and lightly sponge really quickly all the way around. So Hannah, you did this before, didn't you, on the dandelion clock plate?
Yeah.
Didn't you?
I remember doing that. I'm going to do that right now.
Yeah. You did it super quick, didn't you?
But you have to hold the plate because it's hard to go round and round.
It is. That's a really good tip, to hold your plate up, because if you try and do it when it's on the, because if you do it when it's on the table, it's going to be really hard,
But
isn't
I
it?
can do it like this.
How about if you've got somebody else at home with you, then how about I hold it for you and you do the sponging? That'd be easy, wouldn't it? So I'm going to put mine to one side. You guys can see I've just finished that off there.
I could go like this.
And now it's your turn, Han. Yeah, that's true. But if you dab, it looks better, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If you swish it all the way round. So, do you want to add a little bit more paint? Remember to dab off the extra on the side. So dab it in. Yeah, that's it. And then really lightly. That's it. Whoa, super speedy. Woohoo! And look at that. We've now got a really nice border on our plate. So I think we're about finished, aren't we? Are you happy with that?
Yeah.
It looks so good, Hannah. I love the face on your tree so much. It looks really, really good. So I hope you guys have enjoyed our paint along today. I really hope that you've enjoyed the whole week. Actually, we've had a great time doing the children's paint alongs this week in half term. So thank you so much to everyone who's joined and supported and painted along with us. It's been really lovely to have you guys there. So we haven't actually got any more children's paint alongs coming up, but we do have some adult ones every Saturday, and we do have clay workshops every Sunday. So do have a look in our Facebook events if you are interested in checking those ones out. And for mums and dads, we do a live pottery sale on alternating. We're going to try doing it on a Tuesday and see if that suits people a little bit more. So we're going to do it next Wednesday and then the next Tuesday after then, to see if that works a little bit better for you guys. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us today, and it's a big thank you from me and Hannah, isn't it? Have you had fun?
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. So we'll see you guys very soon. Thanks very much for watching.
Bye. Good.
That was really good. High five. You need to wash your hands, don't you, darling?